Welcome to Data Moments, a new video series where I will talk about data architectures, data services, and data trends. Episode 1, well, it's the start of a blog where I will talk and show you the different options in Microsoft Fabric. If you don't know what it is or even know what it is and want to continue, stay tuned and follow the video. If we talk about analytics, well, data follows a pattern and a path. Data integration as the first step, connect to source systems, bring data into a centralized storage, do the data engineering to transform the data from the transactional approach into a more analytics approach, store the data into a data warehouse, follow, for example, a star schema, dimensions and fact tables to build powerful analytic things. But it's not only the structural, the tabular approach. Sometimes we need to analyze data streams, IoT projects. We need to analyze data coming from sensors, and we need to build and work with real-time streams, real-time analytics. Data science, big pillar to learn from the past, to predict the future and combine all the information we've got in our analytics platform, and business intelligence as the thing to build analytic intelligence based on our data storage. It couldn't be done without the infrastructure, the overall governance and the administration to build the analytics platform. But when we need to choose the different technologies, well, it doesn't get easy because many different services, many different vendors, many different types of licensing, and the landscape gets broader and much more things are added over the years. So that is a picture of the 2023 ML, AI and data landscape. And those are not all the technologies that are there. So back to our analytics path. Well, Microsoft already has some tools in place to answer the different requirements. Data factory, pipelines, synapse pipelines for the data integration, data storage in a data lake or in a data warehouse, a dedicated pool, data engineering based on SQL, based on notebooks using Spark, real-time analytics, and also data science using Azure ML and different technologies. And at the end, well, we've got business intelligence with Power BI. And if you want to build such a scalable solutions, you sometimes end with an infrastructure diagram, and not only a diagram with an analytics platform that looks like this. Security built in, private endpoints, different services, data lakes, different containers for the different layers of your data lakes, dedicated pools for the data warehousing, Power BI, machine learning, and so on and so forth. Looks quite complex. It is complex to build such solutions, and this year in May we got a new option added to that landscape. Microsoft Fabric was announced at Build and went into GA at Ignite this year, and Microsoft Fabric is analytics as a service. You don't need to instantiate your data lake. You don't need to create a new data warehouse or database server. You don't need to create a new data factory. It's all in one in Microsoft Fabric. Everything of those different steps I talked about, the data analytics path, those are called workloads or experiences. So we've got the data integration experience based on the data factory, the pipelines you already know, the data flows you already know. Data engineering based on notebooks, data warehousing, well, it's the SQL you know. Data science based on notebooks. You can use Spark, you can use different languages in your Spark notebooks, you can use machine learning libraries and so on. Real-time analytics, KQL databases, business intelligence using Power BI, and a new thing that wasn't there in the past, it's data activator to react on data changes, alerts, and so on. But there's a big difference because there's one thing added to that universe. It's the unified data foundation, the One Lake. And to be honest, that's the highlight when I talk about Fabric, because in Fabric, all of the workloads that are there talk the same language. There is no data duplication. There is no copy from A to B from the data lake into a data warehouse. Every one of those workloads talks the same language. So they store the data in the one lake. I will talk about the one lake in much more detail in one of the following episodes, but one lake is the central storage. Every one of those experiences talks the same language. I already mentioned it. It's a software as a service product. You don't need to configure your data lake storage. You don't need to configure your warehouse sizes. It's managed by Microsoft. Compute and storage are separated. So we've got the compute. It's based on capacities you can buy, and storage, which is the one lake approach. To sum it up, it's just the intro video for today. Microsoft Fabric is a unified software as a service analytics suite. It combines different analytic tools or the ideas from the different tools like Data Factory, the data warehousing, and you can use the knowledge you've already built based on those existing services. The experiences, they operate together, they talk the same language, and everything is stored in one lake. And that one lake, it's based on an open standard, the Delta format. We are building data lakehouses in the one lake, and there's even a new access mode in Power BI, which is called the direct lake mode. So Power BI directly reads data from the one lake. And the consumption itself, it's based on Microsoft Fabric capacities. I will talk about those also in much more detail. And with that, I'm at the end of the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more videos in the Data Moments series.